I'm in Mittineague Park, and this shiny piece of grass that you're seeing is actually frost. It is ice. This is dew on the grass, which has frozen in the night. I hear it in the picture. It looks a bit yellowish. I don't know why. It's certainly not yellow. It's white. I think it's something to do with the light. Anyway, so it's absolutely fascinating. Now, when you're out walking like this in this weather, you have to be extremely careful because there is ice everywhere, and you can easily. It's called black ice because you can see the tarmac through the ice, and it's. I don't think I need to describe what will happen if you step on it. It's like stepping on glass with wet shoes. That's the closest that I can get to it. It's instant death. It's if not death, certainly it's instant coming to the earth, and that's what it is. But at the same time, you might say, "Well, why am I out walking like this?" First of all, because this is my discipline for myself. I walk 6 miles a day, and I walk 6 miles a day every day, no matter what. That's not quite literally true because I don't go out walking if it's raining, but I don't go out walking if it has been snowing before I have left the house. But I have been caught out in the snow, and I live to tell the tale. So, alhamdulillah, it's not such a big problem. But yes, other than that, I have been trying to make sure that I walk my 6 miles, and it's doing something very good for my arthritis as well. So those of you who are kind enough to always ask me about it, alhamdulillah, this is the trick, is to keep your body moving, and the more you move, the better it is. Now I'm at this pond. Some of you might remember it from a previous episode of my Fajr reminders, where we had a pair of mallard ducks on this, three actually. As for some funny reason, there are always two males and a female. So there were the three, but right now this pond is frozen completely. I don't know how solid it's frozen. I have no idea. I have no intention of checking it for you to see how thick the ice is. It probably is not very thick, but it is completely frozen, and I don't know if you can make that out in the picture or not, including this puddle here, which is next to the bridge that I'm walking on, which is also completely ice. This is not a bridge. This is a kind of walkway that they have made, so you can still walk through this slightly swampy kind of land. It's amazing, subhanallah, this whole forest is the way, thanks to where it is in the earth, northern hemisphere, in the US, in what we call New England. There is a very distinct change of seasons, very distinct. So spring, summer, autumn, winter, 4 seasons, you can see there is a very distinct and clear change of everything in the season. And of course, that is most easily and best visible in nature. So this whole forest is absolutely brilliantly, beautifully green. But before that, let me come to the spring, which is the so-called first season. So in spring, this is full of flowers. It's quite amazing how when spring comes, every tree which can flower flowers. An absolute burst of color. And obviously this is not being done to please you and me. It's being done for reproductive purposes, for bees to come and pollinate. And the more flowers you have as a tree, the more likely you are to have bees and other insects to come and pollinate. It shows us the importance of bees and other insects. And then, of course, that results in seed formation. So in spring, for about 2 weeks, or if you are lucky, 3 weeks, lucky meaning in certain species, you will have this place completely filled with flowers. There's obviously a lot of pollen around in the air, which is for people who are not good news for people who are allergic to pollen, but otherwise it's absolutely fantastically beautiful. And then we have the summer, when the trees get to work and produce as much starch as they can in anticipation, preparation for winter. So you have everything is green because they're maximizing on chlorophyll, maximizing on the sunlight, maximizing on the rain, because they get rain also here in summer, and you have everything green. And then comes autumn, which they call fall here in America, and this converts into the most incredibly colorful landscape that you can imagine. This time I missed a part of the autumn because I was down in Florida at that time, but I did get some of it, and those pictures are there on the Google album, which I think I've shared with practically everybody. And you can see the absolutely riot of color. And then comes winter, when all the leaf has fallen, and this is what you see. Now this looks like the end of the world. This looks like it is never going to come back alive. But even here, if you see the beauty, the color of the sky, because of the absolutely beautifully clean atmosphere, you take a deep breath here. Subhanallah, every day when I get out of my house in the morning, I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I'm able to breathe clean air. Ask the people who are living in Delhi NCR the value of clean air. Here it's absolutely fabulously beautiful. So you get out here, you breathe this beautiful fresh air, and now if you look at these trees, it looks like they're dead, they're gone, finished. All this grass, you can, if you come here for the first time and you don't know botany, you might say, well, this is gone, this is finished, will never come back alive. And this is the thing about which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Yuhil arda ba'da mawtiha. Allah said He is the one who brings the earth back to life after it has died. And this is what we're seeing right now. We are seeing the earth in the state of death. Having said all that, there are other trees, which are the conifers, firs and other types of conifers, which are here. If you see this, now they're still green, and they have their leaves are what we call needles, which are, I'm sure everybody knows what's a pine needle and for needles. So these are pines, and they have those little leaves which are like needles, and they don't fall, but they also don't flower. They have a different kind of system of seeding, and they have these cones, and the cones fall, and the cones have things in them which birds and then birds eat them. So you have those, and this is the beauty of the khudrat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Wahuwa al-Khallaqul Alim. He is not just a creator, but He's a creator who constantly creates. It's not just a one-time creation, done, dusted, now we go home. No, it's something which is on an ongoing, daily basis, and that's the fabulous part of this whole thing. As you see, and right in this, if you look at the forest, in the middle of the dead wood, you have this. Good morning. How are you? There's somebody out on a walk with there's a new breed here called Doodle, which is, I think it's a cross between a poodle and a Labrador. So it produces these very poodly dogs, poodle-like dogs, about mid-size, and with the most beautiful temperament, because both of these breeds, the poodle and the Labradors, have absolutely fabulous temperament. So they're very, very well-tempered, even-tempered dogs, and absolutely wonderful for people who have dogs as pets, especially if they keep them indoors. Here, it is illegal to have your dog outdoors. I think, unless it's a husky, who are allowed to be outdoors. But other than that, if you have your dog outdoors, it's illegal, dog or cat. And especially when we have severe weather warnings. In the winter here, last year the temperature went down to 20 below 0 Celsius. So anything outside dies, as simple as that. Now this part of the forest that I'm showing you, last time I was here I saw a family of deer. So, but today of course they don't seem to be there. But in this forest there are deer, there are bears. Right now at this time of the year the bears are probably hibernating. But black bears don't hibernate that deeply or that soundly. So once in a while you can come across a black bear out looking for some food because he woke up and he got hungry. They are not dangerous normally. The only time they are dangerous is if you are unlucky enough to get caught with a mother and her cubs, and obviously the mother is then going to be upset about that. So never try to touch the cubs. They're the cutest things on the face of the earth, but never go near them. Never try to touch them because their mother also thinks they are the cutest and she doesn't want you anywhere near them. Alhamdulillah, so this is for today, and I hope you enjoyed this. وصلى الله على نبي الكريم وآله وصحبه أجمعين برحمتك يا رحمة الله.